In 1948, this country made a sacred pact, a promise that health would be a right, not a privilege. We built the NHS, a beacon of hope for the world. I dedicated 30 years of my life to this system, witnessing miracles and tragedies. I saw the best of us, and I saw what happens when the system, overwhelmed, fails those who have worked hardest for this country. If you are over 50 years old, you are the generation that rebuilt this country after the war, that experienced the vibrancy of the swinging 60s, and that now seems to be forgotten in endless waiting queues. But today, I'm not here just as a doctor. I'm here as a friend, a British colleague, who wants to give you the truth that the system, in its complexity, often does not have the time to tell you. It is a truth that can change the course of your health and your life. There is a £100 billion error draining our nation. But the real cost is not just in money. It is in lives. It is in your precious time with your grandchildren. It is in your ability to enjoy a walk through the hills of Yorkshire. In the next 30 minutes, I will show you how to not just be another statistic, and how to regain the vitality you thought you had lost, so that you can live your golden years with the dignity and joy you deserve. Let's look at the stark reality that the Office for National Statistics recently revealed. In 2024, long-term illnesses stole 185 million working days from our economy. Think about it. It's as if the entire population of Birmingham stopped working for a year. But for you at home, it means something simpler and more painful. Chronic pain, reduced mobility, and often a feeling of hopelessness. The British Heart Foundation states that 7.6 million Britons are living with cardiovascular diseases today. It's a frightening number, I know. It's more than the entire population of Scotland. But here is what gives me hope, what makes me believe that we can turn this tide. 80% of these conditions are preventable. This means that the key to your health is not just in the scalpel that I have held for decades, but in the decisions you make today, in your garden, in your kitchen, in your community. We are a resilient people. We have survived crises and changes that have shaped the world. And now, let's survive this overwhelmed healthcare system by taking control of our own journey. The NHS long-term plan focuses on prevention, but it needs you as the protagonist. It needs your wisdom, your experience, to show the way for the next generations. It is not about denying the past, but about building a healthier future for all of us. Let me tell you about Gerald. He worked for 40 years in the post office, delivering letters and smiles in all weather conditions. A man of iron, he never missed a day. At 62, he was diagnosed with a serious heart condition that required complex surgery. He was terrified. The NHS waiting list was 18 months. Gerald felt that his life, his independence, was over. He saw the future as a wheelchair and a life of dependence. I saw him at the private clinic where I was consulting. He was distraught. I said, Gerald, before we open your chest, let's change your ground. We implemented what the Royal College of Surgeons calls prehabilitation. It wasn't magic, it was science and dedication. We changed the diet, focused on mobility and, crucially, on mental health. 6 months later, Gerald no longer needed the surgery. His tests were so good that the surgery became an unnecessary risk. Gerald didn't just save money for the state. He saved years of life. He regained the dignity of being the grandfather who runs in the park, who tells stories, not the grandfather who waits on a stretcher. And that's what I want for you. Hope is not a distant wish. It is a concrete action plan. It is proof that you have more control over your health than the system makes you believe. In the United Kingdom, we take pride in our stiff upper lip, to hold firm and not complain. It is a trait that has helped us overcome wars and adversities. But in modern medicine, that silence can be fatal. The Age UK report states that more than 2 million elderly people live in extreme loneliness in England. And loneliness, my friends, is as deadly as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It is a slow poison that corrodes the soul and the body. I saw hearts weaken, not due to lack of exercise, but due to lack of purpose, a conversation, a genuine human connection. NHS Digital shows that mental health is the biggest predictor of physical illnesses after the age of 55. If you feel lonely today, know that I see you. This channel is our community. You are not a burden to the NHS. You are the treasure of this country, the living memory of our history. Taking care of your mind is today the most courageous and patriotic act you can have for your own health and for the future of our nation. It is a legacy that you leave for your children and grandchildren. As a former surgeon, I need to be honest. There are 5 procedures that, for those over 60, often carry more risks than benefits, especially if prehabilitation is not taken into account. Studies from the journal Spine and guidelines from NICE suggest extreme caution in complex spinal fusions and certain knee arthroscopies in elderly patients with comorbidities. The risk of hospital infections, prolonged recovery, and loss of independence is real and, for many, devastating. The British Geriatric Society states that patient frailty is more important than the disease itself. I'm not saying to never have surgery. I'm saying to ask. Ask your doctor about the success rate for your specific age group. Ask about post-surgical rehabilitation. Be the patient who questions, who seeks a second opinion, who understands the risks and benefits. Your autonomy is your greatest asset, and the decision for surgery is one of the most important in your life. Do not hand it over blindly. The United Kingdom is on the brink of a revolution in healthcare. The genomic medicine of the NHS Genomics Education Program is beginning to predict diseases even before they are born. The United Kingdom is on the brink of a revolution in health. The genomic medicine of the NHS Genomics Education Program is beginning to predict diseases even before they are born. But the greatest technology is still human biology. Its innate ability to heal and thrive. We are the nation that created modern medicine. Now we will create the culture of modern aging, with dignity, vitality, and above all, joy. It is not a distant dream. It is a reality within your reach, with the right tools and the correct mindset. I want you to wake up tomorrow and feel that the best of your life is yet to come. May you walk through the hills, have your tea with friends in a cozy pub, and know that your health is protected. If this video touched your heart, if it gave you a spark of enthusiasm that you haven't felt in a long time, I have a request. Write in the comments, I have hope. Let's show the UK that the 50+ generation is more alive, more engaged, and more powerful than ever. Let's come together to build a future where longevity is synonymous with vitality. Share this video with someone who needs a hug in the form of information, with that friend who only goes to the doctor when the pain is unbearable. Subscribe so we can make this the largest health and longevity community in our country. I am Dr. Andrew Collins, and it is an honor to take care of you. Your journey to a fulfilling life starts now. Until the next video.